when it comes to, like raising kids and dealing with things like this, I'm almost always bad cop. And so my relationship, I feel like, is somewhat strained with a lot of my kids. How long have you guys known?
I think that we as like known actually it's been
I mean, like,
like
was
I
she
don't know.
talking about it before?
She was talking about it.
I know that I can't talk Christine to my kids. I don't want to talk her at all, even though that's my natural urge is to do that. I have to control that because that's.
Hi, friends. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Uh, Kody Brown's new target, or his new child to blame for gossip, is none other than his favorite daughter, Mykelti. Yes, there is no bounds for Kody Brown when it comes to who he decides that he is going to talk about. There are no bounds for Kody being literally loyal to anyone. Kody will never be loyal to anyone but his ego. And Kody Brown, who has used Mykelti to get information about what's going on in the lives of other people in their that he doesn't have access to, like Christine and the other side of the family, has now accused her of telling Christine and Janelle things that he never told Christine or Janelle. And apparently, if you talk to Kody about anything, you can't tell anyone about any of it. But Kody can definitely tell everyone what you said. And Kody can absolutely blast you. In fact, Janelle made a comment recently in a More to Love episode, which highlighted what Kody does when he's upset with someone and how he targets them.
Kody tends to attack people to others in what matters. So with Christine, her physical appearance and how she looks, she's very vulnerable there. So Kody's saying, "Oh, I was never attracted to you." I care very much about financial security. So he's now trying to blame all of this mess on me. Every time I do the taxes, it just makes me sick because I feel so out of control.
Kody likes to prey on people's vulnerabilities and attack people where it's going to hurt the most. So if he knows that appearance and insecurities around appearance are what is going to get Christine riled up, he's going to attack her appearance and say he was never attracted to her, or he's going to call her gross and chubby, right? With Janelle, as she stated, because she cares about the finances and security, he's going to blame all of the financial problems on her. And he has a very easy way out because Kody allowed Janelle to manage the finances. Now, this isn't that uncommon in cults. And we can talk about the cult of the AUB, but with a narcissist like Kody, it's not uncommon for families to almost have like a cult like system with Kody at the top. And what do cult leaders do in order to avoid accountability and responsibility? They distribute their work to other people. That way, their hands are clean. If something goes wrong with the finances, Kody can say, I wasn't the one running the books. I wasn't the one managing the numbers. That had nothing to do with me. Janelle was the one that was doing our taxes. Now, posting debits and credits in a checking account, which is really weird. I didn't know that people still did that because everything's electronic now. Janelle very well could be speaking about in the past. Janelle is saying he attacks me and now it's my fault. Okay. With Mary, he had Mary do the discipline of the children when he wasn't around. And then he can say, well, Mary's the abusive one, not me. They're all doing things for him and they're all a part of his game, but they're all doing things for Kody. Without Kody, this stuff doesn't happen. And he's doing this intentionally because it's a way for him to avoid the accountability. So marinate on that because now we know Kody likes to attack people where it hurts, obviously. When it comes to Mykelti, she has always prided herself on having good relationships with both sides of the family. In fact, she has tried her best to, meddle on both sides. People have a very divided opinion about Mykelti. And I'll be honest, Christine's kids are very different than Janelle's kids. They have very different personalities. They have a very different mother. They have very different needs, and most of them are girls. And so I think when you have a house full of boys on Janelle's side versus a house full of girls on another side, there's going to be differences. And Kody never was able to parent the girls very well. He never was very good at that at all. And that likely impacted his relationship with those kids. But Mykelti prided herself on being close to Robyn and using that as a way to get close to her dad and being a bridge during this divorce. She's the one that threw the going away party, even though Christine didn't want it and Kody didn't want to be there. Sort of. It wasn't really a going away party, it was like a goodbye. And the babies have been a way for her to bridge sides. And they call her the bridge. And I honestly think that's unfortunate because that's a lot of responsibility to put on her. But she also likes, I guess, that having that place. She likes maybe feeling special in that area because she did get along with both sides for so long, but they don't really get along very much anymore. So, but this is what Kody said. And I think this might be a peek at why Mykelti and her dad don't get along very much anymore. Check it out.
Oh, my babies.
How's it going?
Good. You want
Hi. Yeah.
It might need to be burped a little bit.
How's it going, my?
Yes, you do. He already got me. I'm gonna just put this.
Mykelti's been a bridge for us with the rest of the family in a way. Kind of double-edged sword, though, because there's been things that I have said that get repeated by Christine or by Janelle that I didn't say to Janelle or Christine. It was safe when we were one family. Now we're not.
Can you imagine in any other family where the man that's at the head of the family is a complete raging narcissist that has maybe an alcohol problem and a raging temper, calling other people unsafe? This term they use, safe, is so obnoxious, frankly. And it's obnoxious because it's their word they use to escape any level of accountability, to get out of hard conversations, to avoid people, to classify people as unsafe or safe, meaning us versus them. And it has more than one meaning. Safety in the cult means we can't trust the outside world, their influence, and what it's going to do. Those people out there are going to try to break up our family because what dad's doing is illegal. They're not safe. We can't confide in them. We can't tell them the truth because we could get arrested. That's where a lot of the safety comes from. This fear of outsiders, fear of the penetration of the world. Kody, on one breath, claims that he is out of polygamy and that he doesn't ascribe to these beliefs anymore. And then on the other hand, still uses all of their strategies to control his family. What Kody probably is saying is that when we were all a family, and I was close to Mykelti and Christine and was close to Mykelti and Christine and I were getting along, it didn't matter what I told Mykelti because if it got back to Christine, it was fine because everyone got along and everyone was covering Kody with a cloak of charity. They were kissing his ass. They were being, loyal to their patriarch, their priesthood authority. Now that they're not one family and there's no loyalty by Christine and Janelle to him, if Mykelti tells mom something that dad says, then those two have no obligation whatsoever to not to protect that information. In this case, Kody wants people to have secrets for him. He wants people to hold his secrets. But then Kody also likes to gossip about people and collect information from people. It would be interesting that Kody would call Mykelti unsafe when during the divorce, Kody was trying to get information from Mykelti about Christine through their interactions, admitting to probing her for information.
I know that I can't talk Christine to my kids. I don't want to talk her at all, even though that's my natural urge is to do that. I have to control that because that's not fair. Catching myself in this moment here when I'm saying, how long have you guys known? And that's a blame game that I'm playing. And I feel ashamed that I'm doing that. But in my brokenhearted state, the anger is just flowing here. And nobody likes me.
That conversation with Mykelti, where he's talking about trying to get information from her. Like, did your mom tell you? What was she saying? Did you know that she was going to leave? Because he's trying to blame Christine for getting the kids riled up and getting them to stack against him. That was his thing. And he was blaming her for all of that and then telling everyone about it but him. That was his thing. Like, she was telling everyone but me, which we all know is a lie. And he admits, I'm playing a game, the blame game, and I'm doing it because I'm angry and I'm so ashamed of it. But it's okay. I'm ashamed, but I'm angry, so I can't help it. He admits that he wants to talk crap about his wife, ex-wife or ex-partner to his children because he's angry and he has to stop himself, but then he admits he does it anyway. So really what Kody is saying about Mykelti is that he's upset with her and she is not safe because he chose to talk crap about Janelle or Christine to Mykelti. And now Mykelti is sharing that information with Christine or Janelle or whoever. And he is caught doing this. He's busted. He's intentionally talking negatively about the other people to his children, which is what he accuses the exes of doing to him. And there's no dispute here that all the parents on each side have definitely in different ways involved their kids in their fights and in their relationships. Isabel back in season 17, I think it was talking about how there was a huge emotional toll on her and she was still in high school when this was going on because emotionally her mom was relying on her a lot while she was going through the split. And it was hard for her to have to be there for her mother going through the split as like almost a peer versus being a daughter. And I don't think there was malicious intent with Christine, by the way. I just think that she didn't have a lot of people to talk to. And her girls were probably going through it too. And so she's working it throughout with them. But, at the time, Isabel was a minor and she was overwhelmed by that. But m- the difference here is that Christine's not doing this maliciously. Kody's maliciously bringing people into it and maliciously saying, I talk crap about people to my children and I do it because I'm angry, but I'm ashamed of it, but it's okay. I was anger and it was the anger of it all that caused me to do it. So that's my out. So he's caught talking negatively, talking crap, trying to influence people to his side, and then blaming the person that he talked crap to as being unsafe. Classic deflection. And what a load of crap. It's like Mykelti has every right to share the information she has. And if her dad hurts her feelings, she has every right to confide in her mom. And if something happens with her dad that makes her upset, she can tell mom. The challenge is whether or not moms are using that information just to help the child or if they're putting it out publicly. That I don't know, but regardless, he wants everyone to keep his secrets and he wants to have the right to talk crap with no accountability. So he can call Maddie a gossip because he says the family was ruined by gossip. So does this mean that he classifies Maddie and Mykelti in the same place? Because if that's the case, this could be why Mykelti has talked about how when she has conversations one-on-one with her dad, she ends up being very frustrated because he doesn't take any accountability. He doesn't say he's sorry. He's blaming everyone but himself. She doesn't know how to effectively communicate with him. That even though Garrison died, Kody has not attempted to do anything to mend fences or bridge gaps or make people feel safer with him, quote unquote. He's not trying to reconcile with anyone. So this is, I think, the core of their feud. Mykelti had the expectation wrongly because he's a narcissist and he won't, I guess, be what she wants him to be. But I think she's coming around to that. I think she's realizing this. And she's recognizing that he doesn't have the capacity or the desire. And she wanted to believe that if she loved enough, he could change and he wasn't going to change. And when her sibling died and the behavior continued and it persisted and the blame still kept going, at that point, she has to walk away. And she has to walk away because he's never taking accountability for anything. And then she's thrust in the middle of this dynamic between mom and dad who aren't getting along. And I don't think Christine was making life hell for Mykelti. I think Kody was making her life hell because Mykelti does have a close relationship with her mom still. Her mom was just visiting. She said that she speaks to her mom a couple times a week. When she talks on Patreon, it's like she hasn't spoken to her dad in months or Robyn. Kody, if you're not 100% loyal and don't do exactly what he says, but even if you do everything he says, he'll still find a way not to like you. And so now he's just going to attack Mykelti where it hurts, where she believed she was helping. He's now saying is hurting him. It's just atrocious, honestly. I feel sad, honestly, for all the kids. Whether you dislike them or like them or you find their behaviors bad or good, I have sympathy for all of the children involved here, even the adult ones. And I just need to clear something up. I get a lot of comments that we're not supposed to care about the adult children in this divorce because they're adults and who cares? The parents don't need to worry about them. I disagree strongly because most of these adults that we're talking about are under the age of 25. And when we're watching content from the show, they were even younger. When we were talking about Isabel struggling with her mom's relationship with David, she was 20. That's not even legal age to drink. She doesn't have full rights as an adult. She can't even rent a car on her own until she's 25. We're talking about children that are young adults that still in the real world often need help from their parents and look to their parents as lifelines and for guidance. They still are children. I'm not of the belief that just because a child is 18, you cut the cord, but that's just me. So Kody's feud is probably going to get worse now with Mykelti. If she sees this, it's probably going to upset her. It's probably going to cause even more of a rift, and he only has himself to blame. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, everyone.